Mistwalkers. We're back.
Good evening, Mistwalkers. Welcome to
Some thoughts.
Wow.
Sorry.
Okay, we've got to start over. It's okay. It's okay. We'll edit it out in post.
Listen up, fives. A 10 is speaking.
Oh my god.
Not go that far.
Welcome to Tales from the Mists, a spooky campaign set in the domains of dread. With me tonight are 6 adventurers. Why don't we go down the line and introduce ourselves? We're going to start with Hadeel, I guess.
It's your pal Hadeel. I haven't left the house in so long, and I just love attention. I play your naughty Playboy Vargas. Who? What class is he? We don't know. Actually, we're going through a breakup.
Cool. Ms. Lysa?
My name is Lysa Penrose. I also haven't been out of the house. Well, actually, that's a lie. I went out of the house today to get groceries, and two cars cut me off when they ran a red light in front of me. It was so scary. Everyone's forgotten how to drive. Please save us.
It's the Wild West.
Yes, it is the apocalypse.
Wiki wild.
And in our Ravenloft apocalypse, I play Mercy Albrecht, your tiefling storm sorceress changeling, who thinks the world is ending. She's right. It's just the speed at which it's ending, I think.
It's true. I feel like it's the apocalypse in real life and the apocalypse in the game right now. So things are going very well.
Yay.
Well, Ms. Kayla.
I'm Kayla, and I haven't left my house in like a month. It's awful. I play Vasily, who probably would like to never leave her house, honestly. Yeah, artificer, wizard, mad scientist, who knows what else.
Ms. Ashley.
Hi, I'm Ashley. I play Konstantina Avshalom. I'm the Vistana / Werejackal bard who just wanted to do something nice for the world, and Ravenloft won't let her do that, so it's not very nice of Ravenloft to make things so hard for me, okay?
In Ravenloft's defense, they won't let anybody do that, so it's not targeted. It's just frustrating. Ms. Makenzie.
Hi, I'm Makenzie, and I'm playing Sarro. No last name. I haven't left the house in I can't count. And Sarro, we got to see her house the last episode, and everything's fine. And she's still a sweet small shadow being, and nothing bad is gonna happen. I swear.
It's weird that Sarro doesn't have a last name, because the last person that didn't have a last name, Vasily, was lying to us about their identity.
Rapture didn't have a last name either.
Wait,
and Rapture was perfectly innocent.
Yeah, no, you're right. Rapture was wonderful in every way.
In Vasily's defense, she did have a last name and still does. She just didn't share it, like share. Didn't feel the need to give the full government name.
She didn't want her identity stolen.
Yeah, identity theft's not a joke, Mercy.
Be Vasily?
Frankly,
Vasily didn't even want to be Vasily.
Wow. Okay.
I'm sorry.
Vasily has a lab and a lot of really cool Beanie Babies, so...
It's true.
It's true. I'm just going to assume Sarro has Beanie Babies, too. They're, like, extra tiny.
That feels fair. And Mix Kienna.
Hi, I'm Kienna. I've been quarantined for a month now. I did manage to step outside twice, maintaining physical distance from everybody, but it happened. Outside still exists. Whether outside still exists in Mudar, who knows? But I play Neferet Shai, who is the Dusk Elf Rogue. Very just watching. That's all they're doing. Just watching. Just chilling. Watching everything. It's cool.
It's cool. Everything's cool. We're fine.
I feel I'm reminded in some ways of Nikolai, where it's like, everything is normal. This is normal. Everything is normal. Normal Nikolai. All right. So this is not a typical campaign, or I guess a normal campaign. We have a rotating cast, which means we have 4 anchor members, being Lysa, Hadeel, Kayla, and Ashley. And then we have 2 rotating cast members. They're here for 4 episodes, and this is the 4th episode of this arc, which means it's the last time we're going to see Makenzie and Kienna. And you know what that means. I'm just going to not kill them because I guess I can't. I don't know. kind of off my game lately. Anyway, our showrunner has our announcement.
Hello, everybody. As always, we are doing some lovely giveaways. The giveaway code for the chat is !Covenant, which bodes well. So type !Covenant to enter to win so many things today. We've got Mistwalker survival kits that we always have, which are packed with Tales from the Mist swag. You have dice with our good son on them. I'm blanking on, why can't I, Nicodemus. Thank you. To no one, because no one said it. It was me. Thank you to myself. We have Matchbook Menagerie matches, a really cool postcard. Just a Vargas pin with Lolth, a cameo of Lolth on it. Just a whole bunch of goodies. We're giving away 2 of those. And then we've got some other things donated by our lovely cast members. So I'll go around and let everyone chat about them a bit. Ashley, we've got a registration for the RPG Writers Workshop. What's that?
Yeah, so we just opened a new course in the RPG Writer Workshop course catalog on Monday. Time makes no sense to me right now, so who knows when Monday was. But the RPG Writer Workshop is an online program where people can learn how to create tabletop RPGs, including Dungeons and Dragons content. So we just opened a new course that's all about treasure and rewards, which is really cool. But if you win this particular giveaway, then you can enroll to any of our current open courses or save it for one of our courses opening later this year. So lots to choose from. But yeah, you can tweet or email me if you have any questions about it.
Very cool. And then we also have a couple of donations from Makenzie. Do you want to chat about those?
Yeah, so I'm giving away a PDF of my DM's Guild publication, Canarl's Candy Compendium, which is a collection of 50 magical candies that you can use in your D&D games. It contains jawbreakers that will actually break your jaw, treacle tentacles that will slash around your enemies, and sugar dragons that breathe molten caramel. It just hit silver bestseller, and it's got a bunch of fun candies. The very saccharine pink background and cutesy aesthetic feels so out of place for this show, but it's there. It's cute, and it's totally harmless, I swear.
Yeah, it's free candy. Nothing.
Yeah, it's free candy. It's not cursed. Don't worry about it.
And then the Itch.io bundle that we have, is that Mix Kienna? Is that your lovely donation? Yeah, talk about that.
Yeah, so I self-publish a bunch of tabletop RPGs. Most of them are really easily played by yourself or with another person remotely. And yeah, so I am giving away a bundle of all of the games that I've made, all of them. So it's a good look into all of the weird works that I do outside of D&D.
That's super exciting. I know on D&D Community, I've talked a little bit about all of your different games, and they're all really flavorful and fun. So good luck to everyone entering to win one of those awesome giveaways. Hi, Lucy. Cat's come to say hi. And then just my other announcement is just a reminder to everybody that you might see our safety cards on the stream. I'm holding up mine. We've got a little O question mark, which means we're asking each other if we're doing okay. An O letting folks know that we are okay. An N letting us know that we're kind of getting near where our boundaries are. And an X to let each other know, oh, we've kind of crossed a line. Let's fade to black and reset. So if you see us holding up cards, that's just us quietly communicating with each other as we role play. We do this especially because we're a Gothic horror campaign, but any D&D or RPG game can totally use those. If you want to learn more about these and other safety systems, including stuff like our cooldown aftercare that we do after we log off of the show and stop streaming, we're still chatting to make sure everything went okay in session. There's an RPG safety toolkit that actually Kienna helped curate. So I'm sure they will talk a little bit about that at the end of the show during outros like they always do. And I think that's it for our announcements. Although, did everyone see the new level up dice that were released today?
Yes, I shared them on the Tales Twitter. They are called Widow Ivory Jade.
They look really cool. They're like an off-white, like a bone white, and they've got little glyphs on them around the numbers that are spider themed.
Yes.
Oh, if I have enough to splurge, I might do those, because those are one of the releases that I've felt my heart stop for recently.
They're so gothy. I love them.
Yeah, they're kind of perfect if you really love the Ravenloft vibe. If you're thinking of getting them, please use our Diceomancy link, which I see our mod Jack is putting into the chat for us. So thank you, Jack. That helps us out. We earn some XP to do fun things for you all, potentially giveaways later in the season. So please use that link. Get dice if you're able during these tough times and support Level Up. And I think that's it for our announcements.
Yeah, without further ado, I believe we can take it away to Auntie.
Let's get ready for a story.
That won't do. No. No. Naughty. Yes, I think this will do just fine. Mistwalkers. Hello again. Yes, I'm excited to see you. I mean, who else is such perfect fun to torment? Besides Vargas. Of course, you are right. Let's see, the last time we saw each other, where were we? The Fort of the Green Hand. Yes, lazing about with 2 guests. You know, I think there's a strange trend for people not being what they seem. I mean, Sarro, so sweet, innocent, timid even. Why, she's just not the same person behind closed doors. What a miraculous transformation, Commander. What manner of brutalities, what cruel acts must she have accomplished to become the commander of a group too extreme for even the matchbook menagerie? I'm sure it's perfectly innocent. A Neferet Shai. A snake in the shadows. Yes. You know, she can separate her shadow from her body, send it scurrying about town. Do you think she's ever spied on any of our Mistwalkers? Perish the thought. No, of course. She's far too chill. Constantina had such a lovely dream of a rose garden with strawberries. And a dark warning for one of her closest friends. But you know who we should probably be worrying about is Ursula. I mean, she spent so much time with Vargas and they didn't really get anywhere, did they? What could she want with him, with any of our Mistwalkers? Especially because she's a dead woman. But Vargas does seem to pick up dead women very easily. I'm sure it's easily explained away, too. And now he finds himself being escorted to the High Temple of Mudar by the falcons of House Foresight. And there our Mistwalkers will meet the High Judge. Oh, I wonder how she's taking all of this. Can't be too pleased. I think there's still time for some surprises up our sleeves. Yes, Mistwalkers. I think this this is going to be a very fun evening.
TK, take it away.
Hello, my dears. Before we get started, before we get too far into this adventure that we're on, I wanted to check in with somebody. Constantina. In the rage of your lycanthropy, you killed a tiefling. With no further context, I feel like you were feeling guilty about it. Is that true?
Yes, absolutely.
Do you feel like that's significantly outside of your character?
Yeah, for sure.
Do you feel like this is an evil act that requires atonement?
Do I get to make a dark powers check? Because yes.
You
Yeah,
get to
I do.
make your first dark powers check. Roll
I'm kind of
me-
sad, but also excited.
Honestly, like you have such a low chance that I would be astounded.
So what do I roll?
Roll me a D100.
Okay.
Give me that percentile.
Okay. So it's just my 2 D10s, right?
Sure.
I like never roll this kind of.
Yeah, if you don't have a D100, you can do 2 D10s.
59?
The dark powers pass you by this time. But they're watching and waiting. So, where do we find all of you?
I think we're at Sarro's pad right now.
Mm-hmm. I think we had discussed moving onward to the Temple of Mudar. Is that still something you'd like to do?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. How do you get there?
Red carpet.
Did Vargas have like an armed guard or something?
Yeah, Vargas.
Yeah. Vargas,
That's how Vargas gets there.
Vargas
Who
is
knows
also in
Vargas
gay
was-
baby jail, so
He is super in gay baby jail.
yeah, it's. So, how did the rest of you leave Fort Green Hand and make your way to the temple? And I'm not going to have you narrate the entire thing. I just need to make a couple strategic rolls.
Well, I guess it seems like we can't strut there on the red carpet. Wouldn't the armed
Turns out
guard
no.
come for us too? Because we were waiting to connect with Vargas. Neferet seemed so sure that he was going to join us.
The difference between you and Vargas is that Vargas was in the street.
and he said that he didn't know who we were. So they would
But
just.
the armed guard may not know that you're at the Green Hand.
Mhm.
Well, not that Mercy would know this, but Lysa knows.
Mhm.
Would Neferet's shadow be aware of what happened with Vargas?
Yep.
So what would Neferet do with that information?
Neferet would probably would have framed it as, I think I heard voices outside. Let me go check. And would have gone and seen Vargas being taken away and heading towards the temple, to which they would have relayed that information to the others and suggest they follow, but not right on their tail, and probably a little quietly, sneakily. Not like there's also demons and devils on the streets or anything. That's what they would have proposed, and that's what they would prefer is to
Is the rest of
be
the group
quiet.
amenable to that?
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
Yeah, I want to follow Vardgeese.
Before we go, I'll cast Pass Without a Trace on everyone.
Excellent. How do we go sneakily? Do we just walk through the middle of town? Do we take the alleyways again?
Alleyways and cutting through buildings is what Neferet would do.
Okay. Who's leading?
It's not. Sarro was leading to the Green Hand, but I don't think she is as confident in getting to the temple as I think Neferet is.
Yeah, probably would have been Neferet.
Okay. Neferet, your team lead. How many
Boy.
people are in this little party? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. I need 3 successes to get through there. So these are our 3 rolls. We're going to do survival to locate alleys, survival to navigate those broke down buildings, and then a stealth.
Cool.
All right, give me some rolls, y'all.
All right, that first survival is a 16.
Okay, that's 1 success.
Ooh, dirty 20 for the first.
Oh, it's a group roll?
Yeah.
11.
Dirty 20. Can't do math. 15 plus
And
1.
that one.
Woo, Sarro! There's just something about going through the alleys on the way back from the Green Hand that you get turned around real fast. Neferet does manage to lead the group. So with the second one for survival, Neferet, because we got 3, Neferet is going to roll with advantage. Okay?
This
We
dice
need
is going
3
away.
successes.
This is
One more.
survival again.
Yeah, 1 more survival.
Yeah, I got
Neferet rolling with advantage.
I got 16 again.
Oh.
13.
I got 13. Oh,
Twinsies.
18.
Oh, 7.
That's a fail.
Oh no.
All right. Neferet, you're going to be rolling the next one, stealth at disadvantage. But don't
Cool.
worry, you all have passed without a trace.
Yep,
It takes
all right.
much longer than you think it should to get through these abandoned buildings. Which one of you is the one that has trouble getting through abandoned buildings? Which one of you is having trouble climbing things and getting through doors and moving around broken furniture?
probably Vasily. She probably hates this more than anyone.
And it is very dusty in here. All right. Stealth disadvantage, but you still have passed without trace.
What is
All
All
right,
of us
that?
roll.
with disadvantage or just Neferet?
Just Neferet, because she's team leader.
What does pass without trace do again? Please.
Plus 10.
10.
Thank
Plus
you.
10 to stealth.
Okay,
That is
so
18.
tell me what.
24.
Whatever you, yeah. Okay. Here we go.
26.
I
25.
got a dirty 20 plus a 10, 30.
What?
Okay. Anybody else?
Oh, I
It
got
doesn't
an-
matter. I just want to know.
I got an 18.
Okay. That's fine. So you all did very well on the stealth. When the last abandoned building starts to collapse a little bit and it makes it very hard to navigate through, none of these demonic patrols seem to notice you. You hear a rev of an engine as one of these hellish war machines just rise past. Rung, rung, jig, 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 jig. But nobody notices you. You manage to duck out of sight.
I like to think that Mercy contributes to stealth because you'd mentioned everything's dusty, so she's sweeping as they go, and so we're not leaving any tracks.
Nice. It is definitely a much needed help because
Like that's
That
not why
would've been a
she's
problem.
doing it. She's doing it 'cause it's It's messy and gross, but it
Everyone
helps.
else is like, wow, that's so smart, Mercy.
Yeah, no tracks. Ha ha ha. It doesn't take long to reach the tall, marble doors of the Temple of Mudar, this enormous, slightly floating just above the ground pyramid, ringed with oases and pools. Once again, you see these multicolored bright fish, but all of that water, that deep, gelatinous red, cooling blood. As you enter the waiting room for this pyramid, which you would not have known was bustling, full of life, full of people, in the same way that all of Mudar is. It is empty, silent as a tomb. You are surrounded by these columns, and you can hear the chunk, chunk, chunk of armored boots as guards march to and fro. One of them does notice you, a large Horusite man, meaning he has an eagle's head with metal braces mounted across his brow and his beak. And he turns to you, and you can see like the red of his eyes as his eyes flick back and forth, and checks a papyrus, looks at all of you, checks it again. Blackstone party?
Is Vartke's here?
Earl, they're with Blackstone. Yeah, we got him. Yeah, no, I found him. Yeah. And you can hear this sort of tinny like, yeah, Earl. Yeah, I found him. Yeah, I brought him in. Don't worry about it. I've got it under control. And he'll sort of approach the group of you and, all right, into the inner sanctum. Come on, hop to it.
Where's Vargas Blackstone?
He's been apprehended already, ma'am.
Wait,
Oh no!
apprehended?
Veet.
Wait, are we being also
Are we?
apprehended?
Of course,
Because
yeah.
we are not with Vargas, if that is the case.
Whoops.
Yeah.
I got your names here.
What
How do you-
names? Can I see the list?
Oh, yeah. When you look at the list, Mercy, you see that it is the guest sign-in book from Club Knucklebone.
Oh shit! And my neat handwriting with everybody's names.
Yeah, here's a Mr. Blackstone, and we couldn't find the Amarash fella. And Rapture, she's got business elsewhere. But we got there's Vasily and Avsheman.
Just don't.
But I
Yeah.
Oh, we don't know who those people are, and Mercy just like blinks her big eyes.
Oh,
Wink,
no,
wink.
it's all right, ma'am. This whole place is a zone of truth, so I know you're telling a lie.
Oh wait, I probably wouldn't have even been able to lie. How would that have come out? Oh, we don't know those people. In that, we were always searching for what it means to be. What? That was weird.
Oh, yeah, law and order, law and justice, we're real big on that here, so, you can't really lie to us.
I mean, that's good, right? I mean, we are
course
also
it is.
very trustworthy people. Is that why we're here? Because we're so, like, lawful and law-abiding?
Yeah, of
Mercy-
course,
Oh.
there's no goodness like enforced goodness.
Sure.
Mercy has this like confused look on her face from like these words being put in her mouth, and she like has this face like she's trying to test it. So when Constantina says we're trustworthy, she adds, "Yes, my companions are so trustworthy in that their lies are sure to be revealed." What's happening?
All lies are sure to be revealed, so really that's par for the course here. And y'all aren't even telling big lies, you're just telling little ones. It's okay.
Pardon me. I'm assuming that my name and her name's not on it.
Let's see. I got 1, 2, 3, 4. I only got 4, so I do have 2 extra. Who are you? I'll write them in. It's fine. He just pulls out like a very elaborate ostrich feather
Is that
quill.
legal?
It's
To
just I'll write it on. It's okay.
I
What's
do
your name?
not believe that we should be apprehended if we are not part of that list.
Oh, well, I thought you were with them, and so you know
I'm a
how it
little-
goes.
Well-
Who you hang out with.
Of course.
Of course.
Are we
And-
required to go in then, or are we free to leave?
Oh, well, guilty by association and everything. We're gonna have to question you, of course, to see what you know. So if you don't mind, just like give me your name.
Oh, Neferet is not Visas,
Neferet?
except that she's helped us in every possible way. Oh my god, what is Constantina making?
Oh,
Stop!
So helpful. Now,
I grab Mercy's
and what
hand.
about? And that's Neferet. Okay. And what's your name, little lady?
I'm Sarro.
Okay, Sarro. There we go. Oh, now what do you know? Got a full deck. So, y'all ready to go to jail or?
No, what are we going to jail for? I feel like that's you have to tell us that.
Well, we don't really have a good waiting room, so jail's kind of all we got.
Waiting room for what?
Oh, the High Judge wants to see y'all.
Why?
She doesn't really communicate those things with us. We kind of just do what we're told.
So you could just apprehend people willy-nilly without telling them why?
Yeah, if the High Judge tells us to.
You can't just follow orders like that. That's ridiculous.
I assure you, ma'am, I can. And I am right now.
It's Mudar, isn't it?
I hate bureaucracy.
All right, everybody, just take your celebratory bangles right here. Here you go. And starts handing out handcuffs. Go ahead and cuff yourselves. Here you go.
No, we'd not do that.
No.
If we're going willingly, do we have to wear the handcuffs?
Not really. We just have so many of these left over. We don't really arrest people very often, so we just have a lot of these. I don't know.
I do not
got
think
me.
that you need to waste them on us then.
Fine.
I mean, I'll take them off your hand if you're not using them, but
Oh,
you know.
yep. Well, all right. I already signed the requisition form, and honestly, these are kind of silly. So here you go. You get a sense that the Zone of Truth works on the guards just as much as it does the prisoners.
Give me all your handcuffs.
Mercy's just standing there with both her hands clapped over her mouth.
Well, are you all ready? We got a real nice jail. It's got settees. It's got one of those lounging thingies. I think they call them chaise. It's real fancy. They're stuffed with goose down. We got lots of grapes, tons of wine, just so much wine. You wouldn't believe it. We got those little like soft, chewy bonbon thingies. We got something with some sticky caramel in it, but it's got little salt crystals on it. So delicious.
So
Y'all
what
ready for
makes this-
jail? Or
What makes this jail then? If you have like the good.
oh, you're just not allowed to leave.
Well,
The jail fucking slaps. I want to
like
Me
okay,
as a person.
I'll go. Sure,
I can
there's
just
chocolate and wine.
imagine walking into this and like Vargas on the chaise lounge eating bonbons.
That is
Yes.
exactly what you see
Yes.
as he leads you through the High Judge's door into this chamber that Jericho once went through into a meeting room for everyone, now devoid of the priests and servants and everyone that would have been running these menial tasks. Just Vargas lounged out on a chaise lounge.
Can I be
Vargas,
reading a trashy novel and eating
you
grapes?
absolutely can. What's your trashy novel?
Oh gosh, the only like fantasy trashy novel I can think of is Tusk Love from Critical Role. Yeah, just reading Tusk Love.
Crossover.
Yes, make it happen. Or like essentially like 50 Shades of Grey, but like I don't 50 Shades of Electrum. Something disgusting.
50 Shades of
Something
Electrum sounds horrible.
something that Vargas would read. Actually, chat can come up with a title.
Yeah,
I
chat.
can't
let us
watch chat
know.
because it makes my computer want to go to space. So the others can keep me informed of these absolutely key novel titles.
Can the
and
cover
if-
figure look like Nikolai? Like it just happens to have a resemblance to Nikolai.
Yes. I'll let it happen. Absolutely. Maybe me and Kayla can work together on like a book jacket or something.
Oh my God,
But yeah,
I
I'm just
love
reading
it.
a trashy novel and eating like grapes. And there's like a glass of wine somewhere. I'm wearing a silk robe.
Yeah, wearing a silk robe monogrammed with the symbol of the Horosites, which is like this falcon with open wings and an eye in the center, with a incandescent thread, or a not incandescent, it doesn't matter, I'll say incandescent because it's magic thread that just like illuminates outwards.
It's sparkly.
Yeah, it's sparkly, metallic.
Vargas.
Oh,
Hi.
no, Vargas.
Oh, hello.
I'm really
Welcome
worried
to...
about you. Have you been
Oh, no, it's
the
fine.
whole
We're in
time?
jail.
Okay.
It's very nice. It's one of the nicer jails I've been to. Not the nicest, I have
I
to
mean-
say, but it is nice.
It's really nice, but we were really worried about you and didn't know where you were. And then all of a sudden you're here in jail, and we are also associated with you. So
Yeah.
did something happen while you were out in the city that we need to know about?
Did you
I
see
mean,
the
there's a
apocalypse?
lot happening out there. There's a lot happening out there.
Your guard walks over and refills Vargas's wine goblet. It's just like, do you need any more of those Blades of Lust trilogy? We got a couple more in the back. You'll probably like.
Oh, do you have the one after this one?
Oh, yeah. See, this
Can I have
one's
that?
the one, yeah, it's about the scimitar and there's a lot of battle, but there's one about an alabaster staff. You'll like that.
I will. And if you don't, is it okay that I'm highlighting the ones that I like, dog-earing the pages of the good stuff?
That's fine. We've all read them.
Okay, I just wanted to, for the next person, they just flip through all of the stuff. That doesn't matter.
The guard
Yeah,
leaves the group of you.
Sarah's
Yeah,
pulling
anybody-
the veil further over her face.
Would anybody like some
Sword of love.
grapes? This is Constantina, this is a delightful red, by the way. I think you will just truly enjoy it. Outside is bad. You don't have to go there. It's just terrible. So we are safe in here.
I would like some wine. And it is
Yes,
really
of course.
but I don't. Vargas okay. Does something happen? Is there a reason why we're all arrested here in jail, and why they knew your name specifically? Because we were like the
well-
Blackstone party.
To be honest, at this point, for me personally, I don't know why I'm in jail. I just go when they tell me to, and eventually I just leave. You know, you schmooze a little and they just let you out eventually. So to be honest, not entirely sure this time. Then again, I wonder if it's because I picked up all that electrum off the ground.
Off the ground.
Did you like steal something?
Okay, is it stealing if people leave it there?
I mean,
I
it
mean, it doesn't
depends on where
belong
they
to me.
left it. If it was in somebody's house,
Close to themselves, but you know, what matters is like, I don't want to be outside, which is fine because I am in here in jail, and you give it a day or two and they'll just let you out. You know,
I don't think that's how jail works. Maybe
works for
for
me.
you. Well, I don't know
Works
if
for
it
me.
works that way for the rest of us, but I guess you're right that it's better to be in here where there's snacks and
Yeah.
drinks rather than outside. And that looks like Nikolai, doesn't it? Is that why you're reading it, Vargas? I bet it does.
No. I'll look at it and be like, well, if you like get really close, it's like a printing error where it like got smeared, and that's why it looks like Nikolai, because he's terribly ugly. But I bet like if this was, you know, like first edition, you just like absolutely crisp printing, it would look very handsome, perhaps like me. But It's probably got smudged from.
I don't think so, because look at, I mean, his
Tangled.
shirt is open and there's a lot of detail there, so it doesn't look very
It's
smudged to
very
me.
hairy now.
The
that you
main
mention
character
it.
is wearing like a wolf skin vest.
Bless.
Is he holding a goat on his shoulders?
Stop,
He's
Kayla.
holding a
Kayla,
goat.
stop.
He's holding a
Calling it
goat.
police.
Thank you, Kayla.
You're just encouraging
Like-
the fan art.
Pants pulled up to the mid pec.
This is my favorite episode. now.
No, I don't see the resemblance, but I understand why you would. Standards very low. But he's really good. I have dogged all of the good bits, you know,
Ooh.
kind of like exposition. But there are a lot. And I'll show like all of the dog ears. It's mostly dog.
It's
Good
most
stuff.
pages.
Yeah.
As this whole conversation is happening, Mercy has gone over to the food area where the grapes are, and she has a little handkerchief, and she's taking the grapes off of the stem, kind of wiping each of them with a handkerchief, and then stacking them and creating a pyramid of clean grapes.
Delight. Are you eating any or?
I feed them to Vargas
Aw,
between
that's
while
sweet.
Constantina talks.
That's very
Delightful.
sweet.
I love this. Jail is wonderful. This is, again, not the nicest jail I've been into, but it's up there. I will do a crime and come back here, that's for sure.
It's like you're all sitting there like with mimosas and.
It's like that
the
episode of
cucumber
Parks and Rec
masks.
where like Leslie
Eagleton?
and then like the
Yes.
person from was it Eagleton? She goes to
Yeah.
Eagleton jail.
Yeah.
It's like your spa appointment is at 2. So after some time, your guard comes back to retrieve you and says, if you're ready, we're ready for you down in the High Judge's chambers if you want to come on down. We don't really have a courtroom open right now. It's full of like refugees and stuff. So she'll be sentencing you downstairs. Ready?
Should we like prepare something? Like, is there
No,
anyone
you'll
who
look
like,
great.
I mean, thanks, but not exactly what I meant. I mean, I don't really know what we're being accused of doing. So
I don't know.
Okay.
Like let me just like if it was bad, we would be in a bad jail. But clearly it wasn't that bad because we're in a mediocre jail.
Technically, since we only got one jail, this is the bad jail.
Yeah.
But it's also the best jail.
I mean, jail
See.
is jail, so let's maybe not get, too excited about it. And I would like to take the wine with me.
Constantina life is a prison, okay? Like this whole life is a prison, and I'll follow the guard out of the jail
Constantina's
cell.
not oppressed enough. I demand. So, you go down these packed sandstone steps, descending in a spiral, and you enter into this larger chamber, lavishly decorated, an antechamber with multiple busts, multiple murals on the wall. A small childlike figure in a high crown and long, wide necklace made of hundreds of multicolored beads, brass, bronze, silver, and gold tablets dangling underneath. This child indicates these other chaise lounges for you to sit upon. Please join me.
I don't want to sit.
I don't want to sit either.
Vargas is the first one sitting.
Mercy will also sit next to Vargas with her pyramid of grapes on a plate.
Sarro, Neferet.
Neferet will sit.
Sarro sits, but incorrectly, so she sits so that like her butt is on the back of the chair, and she's like on
Ooh.
top of the chair.
Sarro, just like your typical bisexual, like please
Yes.
get together.
Yes.
Sit on the chair.
No.
Her cuffed pants.
Arms only.
Why do I hang out with you guys?
The most comfortable place to sit on a couch is on the arm of the couch.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
true.
Yes.
These don't have arms. They're chaise lounges.
That's why you gotta go for the
sits on
back.
it
On
incorrectly.
the top curvy part then.
Oh yeah, you're right. Okay, I will allow it.
Sounds like gremlin. She sits on it very wrong.
The High Judge kind of flicks her avian eyes at each of you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 of you. Are you? And she looks over the papyrus again. This will do. Hello, welcome to the High Temple of Mudar. I trust your stay has been pleasant.
Why are we here?
The apocalypse has happened. Where are your undead? Because I would like to destroy them and also burn this whole building. Oh my god! And Mercy covers her mouth again.
It's all right. We don't have any undead in here in this building currently, but it is so heartening to know that you want to destroy undead, because have I got a deal for you? It has come to our attention that each of you was in the presence of Jericho Amarash. Is that correct?
Sure, not for very long, but yes.
Yes, you traveled with him?
We did. He was very nice, but he disappeared.
And you arranged his accommodations?
Not really. I mean, we went on a train with him.
He followed us to where we were staying.
I see. Well, he has committed a grave crime here in Mudar.
Gasp.
And as you were the ones who facilitated that crime, I know that you would be more than happy to assist us in rectifying it.
We didn't do a crime. Just going on the same train with somebody doesn't make it a crime.
We didn't do disease crime.
Of course not. I would never blame you for that. I would only blame you for helping harbor a criminal.
I mean, did you when you went to the Knucklebone, did you check the sexy dungeon? I'll link it, Constantina. There are a couple of the. Maybe he's there. I don't know. He looks like he'd be, into some good things.
Oh no, we only found dead tieflings.
Okay, but maybe he's in a different sexy dungeon.
Do you think so?
Actually, I didn't talk to him at all, so I'm not very sure what he's into. But I feel like him and Rapture did have a thing going. Like, I felt it deep in my soul. I was very busy at the time, so I didn't know where he is.
I will be frank with all of you. Jericho Amarash has broken the pact of Mudar. It is his fault that the fiends are upon us. It is his fault that the undead are rising and that Senmet has come for his revenge.
Oh, yikes, wouldn't want to be that guy. But no, I didn't know where he is. Kind of abandoned us really quickly, actually.
Yeah, the city, and he just kind of went on his own way. So I don't really know how we are.
Yeah, so the real crime is that he's a jerk.
Yeah.
Who is coming for revenge?
Oh, God King Senmet.
God King.
This small falcon-headed child begins to walk the length of the murals, tracing one small hand against each one. Yes, hundreds of years ago, Mudar was not what it is today. Instead, it was turmoil, an endless battleground, led by 2 god kings. On the one hand with the fiends, Senmet, and on the other, Unktapat. And this child, this high judge, stops briefly in front of another mural, unlike the rest, dusty, poorly kept. In the middle, a kingly, a royal figure with the sun radiating out of their head, surrounded by these carved depictions of something monstrous trying to climb their way up a pyramid. And this war had to be stopped at all costs, and we made a pact to ensure the safety of our citizens, to ensure they had peace for at least a time. Now that peace is broken, and it is your companion Jericho's fault.
How do you know? And how did he do it? It shouldn't be simple to break a pact.
As long as all the souls go to the blood war when they pass in Mudar, the pact remains. His did not.
How
We do not know
you
how or
that?
why, but our diviners have discovered this through scrying over his it is not as is wood, it is not a sarcophagus, it is you know what I speak?
I wanted to know what was in there. Did you find out?
A pillow, some rations, a very strange stuffed animal.
Shaped like what?
I don't know.
Hmm.
She walks over to a corner where the coffin is propped up and opens it, pulls it out, and is perhaps a some manner of animal. Holds it up, and it's like a stuffed giraffe.
God, what is that?
I don't know what this is.
It's a
We've
monster.
heard myths. Camel leopard.
Oh God,
horrible.
that
It's
actually,
disgusting.
it's. Can you put it back? It's I hate it, frankly.
Yes, it's dead eyes. That is the worst part, and she sort of just seals the coffin back up. Some manner of demonic paraphernalia, no doubt.
I mean, it was kind of cute.
Constantina.
Oh, what?
Senmet, so he is a dark god king? Is he Des?
The High Judge actually looks very interested in this turn of the conversation. No, we do not think so. He does not have the power that death possesses. In order to ensure that the army of the fiends was leaderless, we had both god kings commit to sleep, slumber eternally, essentially. But with the pact broken, Senmet is awake, and Onctopod is not long to follow.
In these streets, amid all the chaos and the fighting, we saw a figure who walked across the chaos and made the dead rise. Is that Senmet?
The High Judge makes her way to a stone dais, twists the head of a cat to the side, and then cocks it ever so slightly. You see the wheel beneath it and hear the mechanism click. You hear a grind of stone against sand, and she lifts out a few hard stone tablets, begins to set them out on these low tables that sit close to the ground. Let us see. And she begins to point out figures in these tablets, some of them incredibly demonic in origin, with swollen bellies and long stretched necks, fangs that eclipse their entire heads, arms and legs twisted in different directions. There is one, however, a man wrapped in bandages that flow in the wind, stained black with ichor, with the paint from these tablets. And she points to this one. Senmet, is this the one that you saw? It is.
Okay. I also, just out of character, I like how you described all, like, the demonic, fiendish images, and none of us reacted to those the way we reacted to the giraffe.
Oh, sorry.
The giraffe is disgusting.
Yeah.
It's
I said-
adorable.
Things that's like
I-
whatevs.
I do
It's a
love
Wednesday.
giraffes. I think they're
Giraffes are
so
very good.
cute.
They are very cute.
You
But,
would.
like, not everyone would.
X card on the giraffe.
Mercy touches the tablet with Senmet on it. We must find him. We must destroy him. He is a great evil.
I have a more important task for you.
How could anything be more important?
If Onctopot rises, that God King is a far worse threat than Senmet could ever hope to be. We will hold off Senmet and his armies. Can I trust you to go down into the depths of this temple and ensure that Onctopot does not rise?
I mean, I'm willing to help, but I don't want to help because we've somehow been accused of something that we didn't do. I'd rather be asked to help just because we should help while we're here.
That is fair. If you help us with this, I promise I will not blackmail you in the future.
I
It's
mean,
not a bad deal.
that's a pretty good deal. I can't say that I've gotten deals like that before. But I just want to make it clear that we will help of our own accord and not because we've been falsely accused of something and brought to jail without any context or explanation. That is not a very nice thing to do.
I'm sorry. Would you like to give the wine back?
Absolutely not. And I put it behind my back.
Constantina has been like chugging from it this entire time and is like, and we are not going to jail. She's just knocking back whole decanters.
Yes, indeed.
I love wine drunk Constantina.
Me too.
Sarro and Neferet.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on here? How y'all feeling?
Neferet was about to actually interject. Your Honor, High Judge.
Yes, who asks of us?
I am Neferet Shai. I had just become acquainted with these people over the past day. Actually, about 24 hours at this point. So I have a couple of things. That man, I witnessed him with my own eyes yesterday. And it was interesting that you say that he was the leader of the Fiends, yes?
Yes, Senmet does lead the Fiends.
He seemed to have some control over all of the creatures that were out. Not all of them of fiendish descent.
The High Judge reaches forward for the Senmet tablet, and you hear a click as her thumbs go into the top corners, and it opens into a triptych. Senmet, over this similar pyramid that Onctopot in the mural is in, but the creatures, the fiendish monstrosities, and even undead wrapped in bandages that reach up to him do so in adulation instead of anger. Yes, unfortunately, anyone who died in Mudar would rise up in Senmet's army. It is not a perfect compromise, but at least they got to choose their lives under the new contract.
And the other thing, myself and Sarro here, again, we have only known these people for 24 hours. The first time that we have heard of the name Jericho. Are we still tasked alongside with them to do this?
The judge strokes her feathered chin. No, instead I will ask you only what I would ask any citizen of Mudar. Take up arms against the fiends. Our diviners have determined that they will be at our doors within the day.
Very well.
Thank you for your service.
Neferet will very politely incline their head.
Are there any questions?
Do we still get the promise to not to be blackmailed in the future?
It is possible we will all be dead tomorrow, so I will say yes.
Fantastic. Hop off the couch.
The High Judge claps her tiny hands and summons a wealth of guards down the stairwells. It says, please outfit our friends with anything that they need, and be sure to outfit the refugees as well. The fiends will probably be upon us within the next 6 hours. Is there anything any of you needs? Food, water, knives?
I mean, we'll take whatever you can get. Also, what are we going to fight or do?
Oh, you will be joining an expedition.
Okay. Is there anything more that you can tell us to prepare so we can be successful?
No, I'm afraid he's not here yet. But as soon as he's here, Dr. Balthazar Kettle will explain it to you.
Okay, that is quite the name.
Yes,
name.
he is quite the wizard. It is very confusing, but I must too prepare. So I will give you leave to explore the grounds, and I will see you on the other side, so to speak. She awkwardly starts to shake all of your hands, but this is a child's hands, so it is with the awkwardness of a child that she does so.
Vasily does not shake her hand. She kind of like grimaces and like crosses her arms.
She clacks her beak at you and walks past. How do you spend the next few hours?
Vasily wants to use rope trick and open the lab to potentially work on things. She wants to try to grab Vargas's gun back to work on it, because the first thing he did upon receiving it was shoot her. So if she can put a safety on it or something, she's gonna try
not to stand in front of it, dum-dum.
You don't even know what the front of it is.
You're right, I don't.
So she wants to.
Vasily also doesn't know what the front of the gun looks
It's true. Yeah,
Can Vasily and Vargas have like a lab montage where they try and figure out where the front of the gun is? They're just both wearing lab coats and goggles.
It's like that scene where it's like the wall of stuff with string in between it, and it's us being like, gun, question mark, trigger,
Front?
question mark, front, back. But
Hey,
she wants to use her artificer skills to give the gun the ability to have unlimited ammo if he would so wish to use ammunition rather than spells.
Yeah. I can do it.
I'm gonna check that slot off. So I have infused that item.
Okay. Who else?
Can I go?
I have no idea what you said, Hadeel. Say it again.
Can I go to the lab too?
Yeah, of course. I mean, if Vasily lets you in.
Come on. I'm working with you.
I
It's
think
like
up to 8 people can be in a rope trick lab.
yeah, it's a lot of people. So it's like she throws the rope down and like climbs down in the lab and then looks up and Vargas is like, let me in too. And she's like, oh God.
I just like follow her and I'm like, hey, buddy. And I like
Buddy?
wave the
The gun around very unsafely. Like,
So she lets him come in because she needs the gun to work
also, I want
on.
to see the Beanie Babies. So
Oh my God. She just like starts kicking Beanie Babies, like half burnt Beanie Babies under the table and stuff.
Okay.
I would like to talk to Sarro.
I had a quick question. I think we mentioned it last time, but what is it? Garanel? Did he ever
Garanel.
come back? Did he ever come back? Or did he get ripped apart by fiends?
He did not get ripped apart by fiends. He was seen by Ursula, and then the guards came for him. I think you missed each other
Okay,
going through. Yeah.
cool. Cool. Okay, yeah. Just wondering.
So as far as you know, the bounty is as it was.
Okay. Also, the city's burning, though, so is anyone here to collect on the bounty?
Only one way to find out, and that is to survive. Take it away, Constantina.
Oh yeah, I just wanted to talk to Sarro. I mean, are you okay to be here with us? I mean, you and Neferet, it doesn't seem like you have to be here doing this mission with us.
I mean, to be fair, I don't think either of us exactly have a choice. It's either go plunge into the depths with you or try not to die to a bunch of fiends. So, you know. Gotta love Mudar.
I don't remember if I asked you, but are you from the city?
Adjacent. Not born here originally, but found my way here through running away, getting kicked out, that sort of thing.
From the menagerie or like from your family?
Yes, to both. They were kind of one and the same.
Oh, okay. So your family is also part of the menagerie?
Yeah, sort of. I don't really remember my blood family that much, but found family was the menagerie.
I'd like to kind of passively insight.
I think I'm in a zone of truth.
Oh yeah, okay. I guess like I'm not so much looking if you're like flat out lying, but just if based off of our former conversation where things seemed a little not entirely truthful, I'm just seeing if that I'm just looking
not
at a
so much
similar
lying, but curating the truth.
Correct. Yeah.
I will permit an insight then.
Okay.
That is actually all 100% true and not necessarily curated. She hasn't specifically said why she got kicked out of the menagerie, but the menagerie was my found family until they kicked me out. That is true.
Conveniently, I was going to follow up with that kind of question. You've mentioned before that the menagerie kicked you out or you left because of different, I guess, values or approaches to things, but why specifically?
Tell me, Constantina, does the menagerie still have a peculiar attitude towards those of a more cursed nature?
I mean, to be honest, I don't know if I've personally encountered that. I mean, since I've been part of the menagerie, there's been some, I guess, disagreements on inviting people who are not Vistana, but beyond that, I don't feel like they know about my condition, and I mean, I feel like they've been treating me differently for other reasons, but I don't think it's because of my entropy.
Your condition, though, it's a little less obvious. Only on a couple of days, isn't it?
I mean, sure.
Yeah, when you have to live with it, people start to not like you. They tell you to get it fixed and get it under control. And when you don't, because it's a part of you and you want to accept it because you were born with it and you're not going to change it, then they kick you out.
Can I ask specifically like what it was? Because at least when I first joined the menagerie, it was supposed to be, an accepting organization. Like we wanted to be, a place for different types of people to feel like they had some sort of voice or power.
Unfortunately, if I showed you what it was, you wouldn't survive.
Is it like magical?
Sort of. There's a reason why I wear this veil. Let's leave it at that.
Okay. I don't ask to pry. I'm trying to figure out my relationship to the menagerie right now. I just don't really know like what
Well,
it means right now, and I just have had I
May I
haven't
ask
really.
you a question?
Sure.
Why are the menagerie after you? Why is there a bounty on your head?
I don't know. I feel like that's been kind of a recent development. I had a recently weird encounter with someone who was working for the menagerie where they sent me on a mission, but then I think that they sent me on a mission to somehow get rid of me, and I don't really know why. And I just don't know like what's just someone's personal vendetta against me and what's like coming from the menagerie as a whole organization. So I'm just trying to figure that out.
Well, last I heard, the menagerie was reporting that the she-wolf was a fraud.
Yeah, I guess somebody used my name and my identity, and I don't know, I just feel completely disconnected from the whole organization, and it's always been like what I've wanted to do with my life, and like it's my purpose to help achieve their goals, but I don't know what those goals are, and I don't know who's part of the menagerie anymore. I don't know, just feel adrift.
Well, the Green Hand is, well, a group of us who were aligned with the menagerie, but we all kind of got ousted for being a bit more on the cursed side than they would like. We do still want to do that, though. We want to help, especially with people like us. And she gestures between you two. You see the world out there. They don't like people like us. They think we need to be fixed or rehabilitated, or they put you in pits like in the Court of Blood for their entertainment. That's what the Green Hand is. We try and make that stop. We try and make our lives, we try to prove, because we know it and we prove it to the rest of the world too, that our lives are still worth living, curse or not. If you're looking for a place to join that has values that are more clear, and given that the entirety of Mudar doesn't explode in the next 6 hours, you're welcome to join.
Okay, I will think about it.
I mean, given that you don't die first.
Well, of course, but you still have to plan.
I mean, to be fair, most of my life has been lived on the seat of my pants. I don't plan anything.
Oh, really? I used to be like that when I was younger, but I find it helps me to think about the future.
Do I plan to help the Green Hand? Yes, but really, it's like every day in Mudar is just kind of a lot. So we just sort of go with it and try not to die.
That's as much as any of us can hope for, right?
Yes. Anything else?
I don't think so, but be careful.
Thank you, you too. Hopefully I'll see you again at the other end of this.
You as well.
Mercy, Neferet. What do you spend the next couple hours doing?
Mercy, you said that there were like carvings or reliefs in the wall of all of these gods.
Yes, so there are a few carved busts on the dioceses of different patrons of the houses, each of them with animal heads. Here an eagle, here a jackal, here a cat or a lion, etc. And then you have different murals of god kings that ruled before the high judges did.
Mercy is going to lightly, with her fingers, kind of trace around the murals. I've just found what my roots are, and it might not matter. We could be dead tomorrow. I suppose we always could, but it will be in the service of something good, fighting evil. Will you be joining us, Neferet?
I will see how far I can go with all of you. It appears that from your conversations, all of you have experience in these types of things. You mentioned killing a Dark Lord or two.
We've met those of great evil, and when you're faced with that, you must rid the world of it. Do you fight much? Have you faced any evil, great or small?
In a city like Mudar, there are always some level of evils. Well, everything outside the sphere was certainly evil, and then it all came in.
Have you heard of these god kings at all? You are from here, Senmet Anktaput?
Only in the vaguest of stories of the legends, history, never much focus on the god kings unless it was to uphold the righteousness of the families that made the deal. It's always good to continue such propaganda so that there is no resentment, that our souls do not go anywhere but the blood war.
If Senmet can make the debt rise from the ground, do you know in these stories what Anktaput could do?
Can I roll a history check here, TK?
Yes, you may. You can roll history or arcana.
Ooh, okay. Fun. They're the same for me. I'll do history. That is only an 11.
An 11, honestly, if you know anything about Dark Lords, you know that they're incredibly powerful, potentially the most powerful person in the realm in which they reside. For the most part, they can only be slain by outsiders. Otherwise, why would they reign for so long in terror? But beyond that, to have a name like God King and for the High Judge to assume that that Anktaput is more powerful than Senmet, the specifics elude you.
Unfortunately, I do not know the specifics of such powers. Again, these are all very old stories. Many generations have heard these from the time they are born to the time they die. I must say that over the past 24 hours have been some of the most interesting that I have been through. You and your friends are quite interesting.
It seems that interest, I suppose, if you want to call it that, does follow us. I too grew up with stories of the rising dead and armies, and the world becoming the Grey Realms, the world of Des, ruled by Des, as it was in the beginning. And what I saw out there, all the dead rising from the ground, chaos and blood and murder in the streets. That's the apocalypse. I wonder if Senmet is perhaps one of the horsemen, and Octopot, and Mercy kind of turns and puts her head on the mural where Octopot is. I wonder if he is Des.
I cannot say, but if the expedition goes as it's supposed to go, then I assume you will find out.
I've never had a more noble cause.
Yes, nobility. A driving force, indeed.
Lysa squints her eyes. Mercy nods innocently.
All right. It is not too long after your conversations with one another. The guards filter in multiple academic types. There are about 15 altogether when people stop filtering in, and one of them in particular, short, stout man with a long white beard, a curled mustache, heavily waxed, firmly in place, a pair of brassy goggles adorning his cap, a long brim, similar to Panama Jack, that is tied tightly with a bright red kerchief under his chin, and he'll blusteringly take off these brand new leather gloves and says, Dr. Balthazar Kettle, at your service. And hold a hand out to nobody in particular, waiting for a shake.
I will shake.
And he shakes. It's a very enthusiastic, animated, entire arm elbow shake. And he'll 1, 2, we're done. Shakes over. And
Goodness.
nods once at you, very, very direct. Dr. Balthazar Kettle, I am the lead researcher in divination here. Pleased to meet you, Ms. Constantina. Love that name. Very direct, very precise, very much a lot of meaning in that type of name. I like that.
Yep.
I like you. What are you doing here?
I'm here to help with...
Excellent. Need all the help I can get. You, who are you? And points over at Sarro.
I'm Sarro. I don't know if I'm part of your little expedition or not, but I mean, if you have room in the party, I'll go.
Say no more. We need all the help we can get here too. That's all right. What do you bring to the table exactly? Because you look like you're you know.
I just jump into my shadow and peer behind him.
Ah, a delight. And
don't test me.
you, ma'am, little lady, points at Mercy. So are you expedition or...
And I'm going to help with the expedition and stopping Octopot.
Osley pokes her head out of the ground next to Kettle because she's down there in her lab.
Well, and yeah, we're gonna pause for just 1 second because I think we're frozen in chat.
Yeah, so we are frozen. Just to give everyone an FYI of what's going on my side, the Zoom window froze and is doing that not responding thing.
Oh,
weird.
So
that's so strange because we can see you just fine.
Yeah. Or is it frozen for you guys?
No. You were frozen for a moment, and
You're
then you were
frozen
fine.
for me. I can hear you, but you're not moving.
Everyone's
not-
moving for me.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
apparently it came to frozen, audio's still up.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
cool.
I like.
Yeah.
My only option would be to close and restart Zoom, but I don't know if I necessarily. I mean, we could pause the stream for a second and try to do that. But I'm also wondering if this is the sort of thing where my computer will just kind of sort it out. But we still, if it was like 10 minutes left, I would say let's just keep going and let it go. But we do have a good half hour.
Yeah.
So how about if all of you with your bingo cards check off technical difficulties. For a second, we're going to go back to the starting soon screen, folks, and we're going to try to restart Zoom on my side and get this going for you all. So bear with us for just a few moments. And we're back and moving. Yay, thanks for bearing with us, everybody. TK, take it away.
Yeah, it's me. It's TK. What were we? Oh, Balthazar Kettle was just kind of pointing out. Mercy was just like, mage, right? Darkon trained?
Yes, how can you tell?
Oh, there's just something about you academy girls, you know.
Oh, I don't know what that means.
It's your
But-
bearing. You still have a focus, you know.
Oh,
It's okay. You'll grow into your magic. It's normal.
this is a little condescending.
Yeah.
And she turned and she was, I know a lot about magic, and I've killed 2 dark lords, and I do ritual sacrifices like every day, and I'm going to destroy deaths.
You know what? I believe that you've done those things. And that's what I like about you. You got moxie.
What the hell, dude?
This doctor kind of straightens the vest. And so I'm sure the high judge, or rather low judge, filled you all in. Waits for people to
What?
laugh at his joke.
Was that a short joke, really?
I
Can we
refuse to
just have
laugh
like
at anything.
disembodied laughter from Vargas and Bastille?
Yeah, it's just like a canned laugh track. Like the Ray Romano of mages.
Oh. Sorry.
Mercy is
And-
going to roll her eyes out of her head down the stairs back into the demon chaos, and then go and just like look at some of the busts and murals in another corner of the room.
So, anybody going on this expedition, just gather around if you're okay. Well, that's all right. I can talk as loud as you need me to. So, we'll be traversing into the depths of this tomb, and we got ourselves a little ritual scroll right here. If everybody can see, don't touch, but if you want to take a look, just, yeah, sealed right up here. Just put that in my side knapsack. Delightful. So we're going to be traversing down into the depths, and I'll be your guide through there, as the most knowledgeable person on Antipot's curse. Are there any questions you have for me before we get going? We've got about 2 hours left on the sundial, so hit me.
I mean, do you have to come with us, or can you just relay the information that we need and we can go do this ourselves?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know that you were the expert on traversing Mudar tombs. I'll stand aside for you 100%.
Just maybe take the condescension down a little bit, because we are a very powerful group, okay? So we just need a little bit of information and some guidance, and I think that we can figure this out, okay?
Oh my gosh. As you're saying, like, we're a very powerful group, Vasily, like, pops out of the hole, holding the gun backwards, and is like, this is how you hold a gun.
I mean, most of us are really powerful, okay?
Hey, Vasily, I showed you earlier. Were you not paying attention?
What? I don't.
You just hear it go off and like hit something in the
land. We're a very powerful group, and then just like a laser beam just goes across the room and like
we're a bunch of powerful idiots. Okay.
Leslie like slides back down in the lab, like, okay, we gotta figure. Actually, this was wrong.
We're not scared of death. We're scared of looking bad on stream. Honestly, not even that.
Nope.
We're always gonna look good. So this is what Balthazar Kettle unravels for you, because the voice is annoying and hard to do, and I'm tired. Essentially, what he shares with the group is that below you is the Tomb of Kings. The ritual that he has with him requires a powerful wizard to produce it, which probably explains why he's so sure of himself. And there is a fiendish army that is marching upon the temple as we speak. So, are you all ready to get going, or maybe we'll fight some, I don't know. I'm not a big fighter, but I'll let you do it. You look like you can handle yourselves.
Since you know so much about Mudar tombs, what can we expect?
Well, this is the thing. You're going to see a lot of ash zombies. You're going to see a lot of sand zombies. You're going to see a lot of skeletal remains that are just, reanimating out of willy-nilly, especially now that Senmet's back. His influence is going to radiate throughout this entire city, raising up every single dead thing in a, 15-mile radius. Fascinating. I have all of my interns making several notes about this. You're going to see some mummies. You're going to see some mummy lords. Anything else? Probably fire scarabs. Big old ones.
How many of them are going to happen to chase you once you get down there?
Oh, they'll be down there.
Okay.
And everything's hostile. Vasily pokes her head back out.
See, typically, these things aren't meant to keep you all out. They're meant to keep Octopod in.
Didn't you say you were the expert on this?
Of course I am. That's why I'm up here and you're down there.
Okay, well.
Sarro leans over to Neferet. Do you think I could cast silence on him? And do you think he would notice?
I will pass, I'll stick my hand up through the rope trick and try and pass an electrum to Sarro to cast silence.
The mage, Dr. Balthazar Kettle, takes a sort of expanding rod and just flicks it out and starts pointing at the mural. Now, what you see right here, God King Antipot, one of the most powerful women of her generation. Just fascinating stuff.
We already got the general history lesson.
Great. Time for recess.
But do you say she's powerful. What sort of powers does she possess?
Well, if my notes are correct, and they are because I wrote them, and he opens up a book. And this book, Everybody roll me perception. Everybody who can see him, roll me a perception.
8.
Natural 20.
15.
24.
I got a 15.
All right. Everybody who got higher than an 18 can tell. Everybody can tell that this is an amalgamation of it's a notebook with different pages set in. You can see scribbled drawings. You can see some diagrams and things like that. Sarro, with your natural 20, you are the one that notices that it is sort of framed like a guidebook.
Like a tourist guidebook?
Just a little bit. From the words that you can read of it with a natural 20, you can read some of this notebook, even upside down. You can see that a lot of this is theoretical. None of them are going to tell you where the food cart in the Tomb of Kings is.
Dang it!
But it's more theory and less practical.
It's like lovely guide to Mudar tombs or something.
Yeah, it's definitely a baby's first vacation to Octopot's tomb. So this person is a researcher. They are incredibly sure of themselves, but this might be their first time in this particular tomb.
I'm going to use my telekinesis feat and cast a mage hand and just try and grab the book just out of his hand and bring it over to where I'm sitting, like on top of one of the chaise lounges here.
Well,
wow,
you know, better
this
for
is
you
fascinating. I didn't know this was so poorly written for a researcher like you. Wow, and it's got all the definitions in the side. You really need those.
He coughs very loudly, straightens his vest. Why don't y'all take a recess and we'll
this
meet
is
back
fun, darling. Don't worry.
When it's time to descend down, we'll have the supplies sent to you, assistant, and stalks away towards the rest
I
of
hope
the
you're paying them to keep up your lies.
expedition.
As soon as he's out of as soon as he's out of like sight or whatever, Neferet will turn to Sarro and perfectly in his voice will parrot back, "Oh, look at me. I'm a professor. I know everything. I'm totally not bullshitting." Perfectly in his voice.
Vargas laughs at this from the lab.
I can't believe Makenzie just bodied me in public. I'm sweating.
It's what you deserve.
Shut up, Hadeel.
If we can't kill anybody, we're just gonna burn your NPC.
TK, the voice you're using for this guy sounds exactly like my dad. Please stop.
I will never stop.
I will when Neferet does the impression, I will be like, wait, you need the prop, and I'm gonna chuck over the manual.
Just throw it, yeet it across.
I'll just grab it.
Yeah. I won't even make you guys roll for it. It'll be awesome to bully this person. All right. So the group of you prepare to descend into the Tomb of Kings. The expedition comes over and they begin touching parts of the mural of Octopot, just pressing at the sides, things like that. Above you, you can hear the maniacal cackle. And then as the doors bust open upstairs. I apologize, headphone users.
If you all need to go, I can hold them off.
I believe that is something that both of us have been tasked with, Sarro, as citizens of this unfortunate city.
Does that mask happen to cover your eyes?
Unfortunately not.
Then just follow the warning, stay behind me.
Don't have to ask twice. All of you going then on your expedition?
I think so.
Mercy's like holding her tools and supplies, like trying to look brave, but is also getting like teary-eyed.
Yeah, Vasily climbs out of the lab hole and stands up. She doesn't have the gun anymore because she returned that to Vargas after they figured out how to hold a gun down there, probably. And she puts her hand on Mercy's shoulder because she can tell Mercy's getting nervous.
Can't leave them, Vasily, but death waits in that tomb, and we must stop her.
Yeah, it seems like we're gonna have to do some more stuff, which is just great, but it'll be fine. It's always fine.
It's true, but you don't like to do any stuff.
Okay, well, that's a little harsh, but fair. But, you know, I'm here. We'll get through this. We'll deal with this man. And she gestures at Kettle. And it'll be fine. Everything's going to be fine.
Will our new friends be fine?
They seem better equipped than we do in a lot of ways, so I think they will also be fine.
I hope so. And Mercy's gonna hold Vasily's hand.
Yeah, she squeezes Mercy's hand.
I squeeze back.
Woo!
Spicy.
Oh.
All of you should go before it's too late.
Before anyone goes, does anyone want a souvenir pair of handcuffs? It might go with the tourist guide.
I'll take those, actually, if you want to toss those down here. And, like, Vargas will put
I
his
think I
hands
have
out.
5 pairs. I got literally all the handcuffs from the guard.
Yeah.
So I'll just chuck them like
I was
teacher
like-
cannon these handcuffs over.
I will put 5 handcuffs in my inventory now.
Yeah, add 5 handcuffs to your inventory, I guess.
Oh my gosh, can you make a belt out of them? Just have a handcuff
Oh, so
belt
edgy!
This is not 2003.
on his Jinko jeans.
Stop. So, the mural slides with a grind, and the expedition begins their trek downwards, a long, winding staircase carved from stone. The last thing that the 4 of you hear as you begin to descend is the cackling of fiendish creatures as they begin to fill the antechambers. Sarro and Neferet, I want you to describe to me what happens to your characters. I leave this in your hands.
Sarro will look at Neferet, sort of take a deep breath, tighten the wraps around her hands, take a step forward and go, "You might want to cover your eyes and your ears for good measure. And I'm going to take off my veil and use my dark shadow as the hordes enter the room."
Neferet will do as told.
What happens, Sarro?
As I remove the veil and the hood that goes with it, that sort of young 14 to 16-year-old face immediately looks much older, much more wrinkles, and almost more petrified, like this sort of cat's eye gem. Her eyes that were once this sort of plain gold now have slits down the center, and her curly hair, as she pulls this back, starts to writhe and move, silhouetted like snakes. And she bares her face, and you can see now there are green scales that sort of crawl up her neck, and you know why the green hand is called what it is. And she just sort of bares her face and lets out this massive and all the hordes of demons in front of her turn to stone.
Neferet?
Neferet, as soon as all of that stops for that moment, we'll grab Sarro and we'll get the fuck out of there. And not to just any old place. Neferet goes to the one place they know will be safe right now.
She's waiting for you there.
A woman, a employer, and using every bit of stealth and sneak, takes Sarro with them.
I put the veil back on. I don't want to petrify Neferet.
And we'll walk into the finely furnished antechamber. And assuming that she's there, Neferet will bow fully.
She stands in front of you, armor black as midnight, so dark that it soaks up the light. It doesn't even shine. Purple jewels sprinkled across it like starlight. She clasps her hands, one wearing a rather ornate leather glove, the other one bare. Misty skin, silver hair tucked in a tight braid, wisps around her ears. She waits for your update.
I am sorry it took so long, my lady. It been waylaid by the recent events, you can imagine. Your brother, he is down below the tombs now. There's an entranceway in the High Judge's chamber. I hope that pleases your worthy self, Lady Horatia.
She stands and squeezes your shoulder gently. I think it's time we find that heathen. Sheathes a long sword across her back and stalks out of the room, barely acknowledging Sarro. The rest of you, this mural has slid into place, and slowly but surely all of these torches flicker to life, illuminating a long, narrow hallway that leads down, 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 down hundreds of feet. The expedition follows it until they open out into a vast room, high ceiling, and yet it feels closed in, claustrophobic, tight as a sarcophagus itself. We'll be ending here tonight, at the beginning of your journey through the Tomb of Kings. Let's go ahead and do some sign-offs. We're going to start with Mix Kienna.
Well, that was fun. It was a great time being here on Tales from the Mist. All of you have been absolutely lovely. And it's been a lot of fun playing Neferet Shai, the employee of one Horatia, Lady Horatia, who I won't say any more, as that is up to TK to reveal more about Lady Horatia, but I'm excited. All I had to do was just mic drop on it, and I was happy. Hold on to the secret. Just watch, and then just let that happen. Wasn't lying when I said all I was there was to watch. Just watching. It's cool. But yeah, this was great. And thank you everyone for being so lovely. But if you're interested in what I'm doing, I'm Kienna. You'll find me over on Twitter at KiennaS. Best way to figure out what I'm doing, because I do tabletop streaming, writing, just generally screaming into the void. I am the co-producer of a channel called Salty Sweet Games, where we do tabletop streams as well as video game streams. And I'm also the co-creator of the TTRPG Safety Toolkit. So if you want to learn more about the safety cards that we talked about at the beginning of the episode, or any other tools that people can use to help make their games and their tables better and safer, please go check it out. We update it fairly regularly with new stuff. Yeah, this was really awesome. Thank you, everybody.
Ms. Makenzie.
This was so much fun. Thank you again so much for having me. I'm really happy, except also slightly sorry that I body slammed that NPC that hard, but it was worth it. And I really enjoyed getting to play Sarro, the Gorgon leader of the Green Hand, and I loved being able to use my shadow finally in that way. But I'm Makenzie. You can find me over on Makenzie Lane Day on Twitter. I'm an independent TTRPG content creator. You can find me as the DM every Wednesday at 6 p.m. EST on the Scraticus Academy, DMing for Downside Up, a Feywild game. You can also check me out. I've got stuff on D&D Beyond. We're coming out with MCDM, which I'm wearing the shirt for, and on DM's Guild, like one of the giveaways was Kanaro's Candy Compendium, and I've got a bunch of other stuff up on there and coming out soon. So yeah, thank you so much. This was so much fun. I'm gonna miss playing with y'all.
We're gonna miss you too. I couldn't let a bunch of demons tear you guys apart. I had to give you a say. All right, Ms. Ashley.
Hi, I'm Ashley Warren, and I'm officially joining the Green Hand, knowing that cool Gorgons like Sarro are involved, because that reveal was amazing and totally made my whole week. I do things on the internet. I'm very tired today. My Twitter is Ashley NH Warren. I'm also the director of the RPG Writer Workshop, so you can check out all of our course content. We have some free stuff as well, but we encourage you to join our community. We just are working on a bunch of cool stuff right now, and it's just a really great group of people who are creating D&D content and other rule set content. I'm also running a poetry challenge for the month of April. If you want to join a free creative challenge and you want to write something fun and different, that is on my website, scribemind.com. It's just a totally free monthly challenge where we write poems every day, and it's really chill and laid back and lots of fun. Yeah, thank you to our guests for joining us. It's always fun but sad when their arc is over, but that was a pretty awesome ending to that particular arc.
Ms. Kayla.
Hi, I'm Kayla, and you can find me online on Cline. I was about to say online at KAYNCLI or KaylaCline.com. Super dead inside lately, but that's fine. I did get Mothman hot sauce. Update on my last recommendation. Go to the mothmanmuseum.com/shop and support small business that is also spooky. This hot sauce is delicious. I do Spooky Saturday on Saturdays. That'll be tomorrow. So follow me on Twitter and I'll talk about it before it happens, and it'll be great.
Ms. Lysa.
Hello, I am Lysa Penrose, at Lysa Penrose on the social medias. I am the brand manager for Dungeon Masters Guild and social media manager for D&D. DungeonMastersGuild.com is doing a charity bundle for Doctors Without Borders right now. There's actually 2. So if you like the Adventurers League, the official play campaign for D&T, there is a bundle for that. And then there's one that has player options, adventures, new 5th edition rule sets. Like if there's a particular mechanic that you wish was in 5th edition, people have created systems for it. Those will be available probably at least until Tuesday. But if we keep the momentum going, we're going to keep the bundles going. We've raised over 20,000, over 23,000. At this point, so help us do good with games. I also tweet a bunch about D&D, but lately tweet even more about Animal Crossing. If you join the Mistwalkers Discord server, there are shooting stars on my island tonight, and I'm going to post in the Discord server a dodo code so you can come wish on stars with Mistwalkers. So you can find that. Jack will probably drop a link in the chat, but if you go to talesfromthemist.com, there are links to join our Discord. You can also follow us on Twitter at MistTalesDND. Come hang out with us.
All right, Ms. Hadeel.
Every time I fail to kill an NPC, I pay for it in the end. So I'm going to kill
You
the
really
next ones.
do.
I don't know who it's going to be, but I am definitely just going to straight up slit their throat the minute they introduce themselves to me.
You
No,
think
wait.
that, but I know something you don't know.
I know something too, actually.
That's fine. They're still getting their neck cut. We out here like we're in Compton now. Nobody is safe. You can, if I'm Hadeel, you can find me online. Where else am I going to be? Because I'm stuck inside and I want to go to the mall. I can't go to the mall. At Twitch, TWITTYSUCH is where you can find me. I recently found out about Poshmark, which is just an online thrift store. So maybe I will be posting miniature fashion shows because what else am I going to be doing because I can't go to the mall?
You
The
know,
end.
all of my Southwestern like gothic horror shirts that I have, my button-up ones, those are all from Poshmark. They were like $4
I've
a
sold
piece.
stuff on Poshmark. I don't like buy a bunch of stuff on Poshmark.
Yeah,
but I was like, oh, you can do that.
I only buy new with tags, but it was still $4.
Oh, deal.
All right, it's me. It's TK. I write spooky stories. I put them on the internet. If you like spooky stories, you can find them tkjwrites.com, or you can follow me on Twitter. TK joins the fray. Not really streaming a lot right now besides this show, but maybe I'll get back to reading spooky stories on my actual stream when I'm not having so many meetings that eat up all my Wi-Fi. Haha, yay. We have a really exciting announcement. Instead of 2 guests